Hello everyone, welcome back to some Bridge. It's that time of the month again. The 3-day Stars and Platinum Robot Individual has begun. I usually play in this, and when I play in it, I usually remember to play all 3 days, but I never make any promises. It's not the kind of, these day-long events are not the kind of thing where you're ruining competitive integrity by dropping out. So it's fine if you end up missing, being unable to finish. Anyway, this is a slightly more competitive event than the typical daily, day-long events that BBO runs, in that you have to have some number of platinum points to enter. I forget, it's like 5 or something. It's not a lot, but and so the field is a lot better than the average BBO field. There's still going to be plenty of goofballs out there, but not entirely goofballs. Also, it's a longer event than usual, 16 boards of match points. So this usually takes me, I don't know, an hour and a half is my recollection. You can, of course, just check the video length, but I can't. So that's my estimate. I think it's about 90 minutes. No, I say match points, it's just declare. So, okay, that's why it doesn't take quite a million years. The robots have bid the hand, and now I'm just here to declare it. So we're in 3-0. 10 points opposite 11 seems a little ambitious. No, 13. 10 opposite 13. I missed... I don't know. I counted something completely wrong in dummy, I guess. I missed one of the queens. Must have been. So, ambitious but not crazy, especially given North's source of club tricks and my excellent, well, both of our excellent spade stops. So we can certainly take 3 spade tricks if we want. Well, even that's not true, actually. Because if I play low, and East plays low, the spade suit is blocked, and I don't have a re-entry. I, of course, can eventually create a re-entry in diamonds, but, that costs time. And, I mean, I guess this is very unlikely to make, isn't it? Let's say the clubs come in. That's our main hope. We would get 5 clubs. Well, okay, think about it from the opponent's point of view. They have 2 minor suit tricks. And given enough time, they could certainly set up at least 3 hearts. So they have enough tricks to beat me, no matter what the layout is. So the question is, could I somehow get to 9 before that happens? And the answer is, yeah, if things lie very favorably, that could happen. In particular, I need West to have the ace of hearts. Because on this auction, West has to have 1 ace at least, right? What points are missing from us is, well, the 2 minor suit aces, the queen of spades, and ace, queen, jack of hearts. What could West have that doesn't involve having 1 ace? The queen of spades and queen, jack of hearts? I don't think so. The robots are not bidding 2 spades with such a horrible hand. So West has at least 1 ace. And if West's ace is not hearts, then when they win their ace, they can put a heart through. And unless the hearts are blocked, like East has ace, queen, jack tight or something, the opponents can take 3 heart tricks. So I need West to have the ace of hearts if I'm going to have a shot. And then, what does East have for his overcall? Queen of spades, probably. Probably the other 2 aces? And West has 1 heart on her, and East has the other, or something like that? Like, West has ace, jack of hearts. East has ace, ace, queen. Queen-ish? So, the thing is, like, if I want to make sure I have 3 spade tricks, I'm actually going to have to pop with the king of spades here so that I can finesse towards the jack later, assuming the queen is onside, which seems likely. Right, like I don't think the robots overcall on 5 small, so that the queen is onside. So popping with the king doesn't give up the spade finesse. I can always take it later. The problem is I won't have a dummy re-entry unless West actually does have the ace of hearts. So by playing to make the contract, I could be dooming myself to go down more. And in Just Declare, making the contract is not an important goal. You just want more tricks than everyone else. So you could try a low spade to the jack, and then jack of clubs. And that way you have a dummy re-entry to the clubs. I guess that's probably fine. You don't need to finesse the spades, really. Because if West's ace actually is the ace of hearts, they can't really hurt you. You can just set up diamonds after you set up clubs if they don't attack hearts. Okay, right. But if it's possible to take 9 tricks, you do have to play the king of spades. So that's the question. Do we try for that? I mean, West's ace could be in any one of the 3 non-spade suits. So only 1/3 of the time is it in hearts. So I think we shouldn't play for that. We should just try to take several clubs, 3 spades, 2 spades, and not try so hard to make the contract. So I'm going to do what I feel like is the kind of dumb beginner play here and just play the 6. The king looks like the intermediate play of preserving your entries and keeping the suit unblocked. But I think the entry consideration, given the likely layout, is probably more important. Oh, they played the queen. Is that helpful? I guess not. It's neither helpful nor harmful. And you do want to play the jack here. It could be wrong if the ace is singleton, but the suit is blocked in any case if you played small from both hands, so you might as well just hope the ace is not singleton, in which case unblocking is important. Okay, West has the ace of clubs. But continues a spade. That's very good news. So that's, I guess, another argument for not playing it. The king of spades at trick 1. The opponents, although they now, I believe, could beat me with a heart through, may not know that. And now I may be able to enjoy... Oh, man. Okay. Well, I was going to say enjoy the clubs and then set up a diamond, and East won't be able to lead a heart through the king. Can I... Is it... If I just play queen of clubs club, West gets in again. And he clears the spade suit. And then when East gets in with the ace of diamonds, he can cash spades. So I think you're actually supposed to play queen of clubs and then abandon clubs and go back to diamonds. And East will be relatively harmless, assuming East has both red aces, which, as I said, I think is likely, given that West had the ace of clubs. Duck, huh? I guess that makes sense, kind of. Oh. Right, because I mean... They can actually stick me in dummy at some point, and I won't be able to enjoy these long diamonds. But they might not. They might try cashing a spade, and then I'm back in hand. Okay. So, I think if I win this trick, it will be my last. I'm fine ducking this. There's nothing East can play besides another heart that would make me sad. And if he plays another heart, I'm still getting the King of Hearts. And he might get nervous and try something else. Oh, West has this ace, huh? Okay. Well, now West... Okay. Okay, down one. I'll take it. I'll take it. And I think I'm right that if I had taken that heart, it would be my last. So West had 2 aces. Boy, what the hell is that overcall, East? Gross. So here, a diamond, surely, right? Yeah. East has to duck. I have to continue diamonds. East has to play a heart, and I think I have to duck. Because if I win, the opponents can take, what? 2 hearts and a club. I guess that's what they took anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay, but I think ducking was the right play to try to succeed in some other layout, maybe. Although I guess if East's hearts were specifically ace, queen, jack, I should win here. And then exit a heart to him, so he'd have to put me back in hand with a spade. Well, I was hoping at some point East would lose his cool and try a spade, but that didn't happen. I mean, it seems like a decent result. Nothing special, but it says you can make it. Right, because the spades are onside and West has the ace of hearts. So you could go up with the king of spades. Oh, but the clubs aren't coming in. The diamonds are. You have to go after diamonds instead of clubs, maybe. Maybe you can steal one club trick at some point. I don't know. I still think down one is probably fine. And this is not a barometer, so we won't see our results until the event is over. Okay. What's going on here? 8 opposite 11. So it's their hand, supposedly, but we do have a 9-card heart fit. They were trying to play clubs. Is this a penalty double? Apparently. Well, that would be a better spot to be. But South chickened out. East's double should show spades and I guess diamonds, right? Yeah. So West's ace is a doubleton, almost certainly. Okay. I was hoping East's last card would be the 3, because I think in that case you can actually take, if you have enough entries, you could take 2 finesses against East and set up the 5 at the end. Like if West's card were the 6 instead of the 3. Okay, well, gonna be tough to take any heart finesses, huh? I don't think it matters what I do here. I'm never getting an entry to dummy, so I can't set up any clubs to pitch because East has only 1 club. So I just have to play hearts from my own hand here. Well, I suppose I could try knocking out the ace of diamonds. When could that matter? It could matter if West has 2 spade roughs coming. Like, let's say East has stiff ace of hearts and West has queen third of hearts. If I play a heart now, even if I guess correctly to play low, East could win, give West a spade ruff, get in with the ace of diamonds, and lead another spade, and West's queen would be higher than what dummy could ruff with. If I play the diamond now, I guess it doesn't help. East could still win that, and then eventually win the ace of hearts, and lead another one. Okay, so no real reason to do that. I think if you're leading this heart suit, it's almost certainly correct to lead the king. Because finding the singleton ace and the singleton queen are about equally likely. I don't think this auction makes one much more likely than the other. But if the queen is singleton, you play the king, you've solved the suit. Your jack 10, 9, 8 can ruff high and force things out. Whereas if you play low and drop the ace, as I said, the queen may still promote itself. So I think the play here is king of hearts. Oh well. Gonna go down 2 here. So if I could have gotten to dummy, which I can't, but if they had made a mistake and let me get to dummy with the queen of diamonds, I could have let a heart through the ace queen, and then they'd only take 1 heart and 1 heart ruff. Right, you could lead the king of diamonds from hand, and West has to duck this, which is a little scary. If he wins it instead, you can go down just 1. I think this should be a pretty normal result. There will be a few heroes who do better, but most of the field will be tying with me, so this is like a 45 or something. Okay, partner drops me in 3 diamonds. Wow, even with a 4-card heart suit and 6 points. Well, okay. I mean, I like playing a system where you can transfer to 2 diamonds, but it's not a very popular system, so my calibration for what the field will do, what would cause the field to drop you in 3 diamonds is not very well calibrated. Well, I mean, I think I should try to pitch dummy a spade on all these clubs before I draw trump. There is the argument that, well, pitching a heart might be good too, but I don't think that's likely. Like, dummy's hearts might actually be winners. In particular, this 4th heart. If the suit is 3-3, then the 4th heart is definitely a winner. And if, and depending on how the honors are distributed, the queen and 8 might be useful cards. So I think we just try to get rid of the spade. But let's watch the spots. Like, West has led 6 and then 2. They're really only supposed to... They claim they try to follow lead conventions, right? So I believe they don't play like 2nd, 4th, or mud or anything like that. So from 3, I think West generally would lead low. So this ought to be either 5 or 2. So the king should be getting roughed, but I don't like have implicit trust in them. I don't... It's not going to hurt me much if this king is roughed. And if it's not roughed, it's quite nice. So it was 5, okay. I don't think it's a good idea to play low here. West probably does have the king, so I can always lead up to it later. Well, I don't know about always. But I don't want it to go like low, king, club, and then I'm in a difficult position of how high do I rough from dummy. Yeah, and now I feel safe enough roughing high in dummy, because I didn't have to spend an honor on the last one. There's only 2 diamonds left, right? So roughing high can't really kill me. Hopefully drawing the last trump. Good. Now I can lead a heart. Oh, we love to see the jack. Oh, East had the king. All right, well, sure. But even if I had played low, it's quite difficult to bring in the heart suit for no losers. In fact, I think impossible, right? So I lost one heart, which is as many as I was going to lose even if I had guessed correctly, yes? Yeah, Gibbs says you get an overtrick if you play low here. Can't West play low, though? 9 wins, fine. But now I have a heart loser, right? Like, even if it goes 9 winning, I draw trump, queen of hearts, pinning the jack, East ducks, and then ducks again, and eventually the king is still big enough to beat my queen at the end. Huh. Oh, I did make one. I see. So it's saying you could certainly make one by playing low. I played the ace, and they could have held me to making it, but didn't. I think West popping the ace of diamonds here was probably the mistake. Yeah. No? Oh, had to switch to a heart right away. Why? Jack, queen, king, ruff. Yes, I see. Okay. We're in 4 spades. Pretty flimsy trump suit. 2 minor suit losers. I have to play the spades for 1 loser? I believe that's impossible. Well, not impossible. If I had sufficient entries to hand, i.e. 1, and West had ace-queen tight of spades, I could lead a spade towards the king. Losing 1 trick to the ace-queen, but then the king and the jack would force out the... would drop the 10-9. So I could play king of clubs here and then try to ruff a club to hand and play a spade up. I think that's probably the right line. It's the only line to make. And I think probably a perfectly fine line for minimizing under tricks. You could try a diamond here and see if they duck, but I mean, they can see the dummy only has 1. So they might well hop. You shouldn't always hop with your ace just because dummy has a singleton. But in this case, there's clearly, like, suppose I have a holding like king-queen. That's the holding where hopping can sometimes be wrong because it lets me take 2 diamond tricks instead of 1. And if the difference between fast diamond losers and slow diamond losers doesn't matter to me, then you should duck. But here the difference clearly matters a lot, and they can tell. They can see I don't have useful pitches from the north hand. So if he says the ace of diamonds, he should hop. So I don't think there's any reason to try this. I mean, I do have a heart loser. So it would be nice if, when I'm in hand, I could cash a diamond to pitch a heart. But I'm worried they're going to set up a heart ruff. I think that's wrong, though. I think I should play a diamond because I ruff my club loser, but then when I play a spade to the king, let's say I'm lucky enough and I find ace-queen here, I can later cross over to the jack of spades, but I still have a heart loser in the north hand and nothing to pitch it on. So I think actually a diamond does make sense. Okay, and now try this. I suppose I may as well ruff with the 8, right? No, I don't think that's going to help. Okay. Pitch the heart just in case. Well, so much for that. Gotta play the king. Now heart ruff. Yep. Don't do this. Okay, thank you. There remain outstanding 2 spades, the queen and I think the 10, maybe it's the 9, doesn't matter. If I play a spade, it's possible West has the last 2 spades, draws trump, and cashes a diamond. But if I play club, it's possible they get to ruff with both of their spades. Like if West has the small one, he could ruff and then East would take the queen. So figuring out the opposing shapes, I guess, is important here. East had 4 hearts. I think 3 clubs, because I think West's lead was probably from 4. So West had 4, 2. We assume 3 spades would be 4 diamonds. Well, why assume 3 spades? If it's 3 spades, just play a spade. So the question is, does West have 4 spades, I guess? Because East has only played 1. And I'm worried about all the remaining spades being in West's hand. So West would then be 4, 4... No. 4, 2... 3, 4. Oh, how about counting? I mean, 4, 2, 3, 4 seems possible. How about honors? East had the ace of spades and the ace of diamonds. No, West had the ace of diamonds. East had the ace of spades and the ace of clubs. And the jack of diamonds, I guess, as we see here. Three clubs. I think I'm just going to lean on the original probability. It's more likely the spades were 3-2 than that they were 4-1. So playing a spade here should draw the last 2 trumps. Okay. I don't think that was guaranteed to work. But it seems like the balance of probabilities favors it. Pretty good spade stops. I'm glad they didn't lead a club. So I have 3 spades and 4 diamonds is 7. 2 aces is 9. Set up more tricks. Kind of has to be hearts. I mean, I don't think there's a lot to this hand. I suppose we could ask whether to take the heart finesse or play the ace, hoping to drop East's king. But I think it's more likely that West has king X or king third or king fourth, all of which the finesse would be better against than it is that East has specifically stiff king. So I think we just take the obvious line here. Win heart finesses. Win the spade and then hopefully win heart finesses, but certainly take heart finesses. And this probably loses, but if it doesn't, great. The 9 and 10, I mean, that's... Clearly West doesn't have 4, right? Yeah, okay, well, claim the rest. Really exciting hand. Thanks for putting this one in the collection. Six clubs. Bid with little fanfare, huh? We have a good trump holding, that's for sure. I mean, it seems like you just take the heart finesse, right? Pitch dummy spade on a diamond, and all you have to worry about is hearts. Oh, maybe you actually rough out the hearts. No. That works if the hearts are 3-3 or the king is short. But I think it's more likely that the king is onside, and neither of those other two things is true, right? Like if West has specifically king fourth, that's when you need to take the heart finesse. Obviously, there's also a heart roughing finesse, but that would involve jack to the ace and then queen, which is not very appealing. So I think we also have to be a little bit careful with hand entries, but I guess the ace of spades is probably a good enough entry. So I think we like play the ace here. Okay, the suit is splitting. That's good news. And then just like run the jack of hearts. All right, that's fine. I can claim here. Go up with the ace, pitch a spade, rough the two heart losers. So ace of hearts, heart rough would have worked. Oh. Huh. The spades are coming in. I didn't even consider that possibility. I mean, obviously the spades could be coming in with a finesse. Huh. That's an extra chance I would not have thought to look for. But I think actually one you should try. Like, right? You play ace and this, let's say, queen of clubs, preserving as many empties as possible. This south hand? No, I don't need that. I don't know. Load the king, whatever. And your plan is to take the heart finesse, let's say, because I think that my consideration of the heart suit, I think it's more likely. Actually, can I? I'm gonna open up one of Richard Pavlicek's. He has so many dang things on his website. Bridge utilities, bridge calculators, hand related, suit related, suit layout analyzer. Is this what I want? Let's see. What the heck does this do? I have no idea. Okay, but I mean, we know that North had ace, queen, 10, something small. South had the jack. Let's say I say display. Is this? No, this is not what I want. Card combination analyzer? I think this might be what I want. So North has ace, queen, 10, 4, 3, 2, and South has jack. And we don't know anything about, I mean, I guess we know a little about vacant spaces, but we'll ignore that. Analyze. Yes, this is what I want. So we have two lines to consider here. I was considering, let's call line A the heart finesse, running the jack. And my goal is to play the suit for no losers. So how do I do with West has all of them? Run the jack. I mean, I guess in this case I'm not making it no matter what. Because I can run the jack, holds, play the ace, and ruff 3. But West still... Okay, so nothing wins in this case. But if West has king 5th, I'm in good shape. Because I can play jack, then ace, then ruff 3. Yeah, okay. And we'll say both lines win if West has stiff king because we found it. But in all these other cases, it doesn't work out. So what about line 2, which is ace and ruff? It works in this case. It works in this case. It works in this case. And here and here and... No, it doesn't work here, right? No, I have 2 ruffs. Yeah, right. Right. So it works in all of these cases. So now how do I click Analyze to update? Okay. So there are 5 layouts where the finesse works, and 6 layouts where the drop works. And it's very close, actually. The number of ways you could have one of those layouts. Like, that is to say, like, king third, there's lots of specific king third layouts is the point. So actually it's more likely that the other line would have worked by a bit, right? 49 to 54. If I included this one, which I was assuming I would win any time West had the king at all, I think it probably still is better for... Yeah, so there's still 32 ways, but some of the ways that line 1 wins are rarer than the ways that line 2 wins. So it's closer, but okay. Interesting. Well, I probably won't remember this when it comes up again, but if I study this enough times, so it'll maybe stick one day. But on the particular hand, suppose your plan was to... Whatever your plan was to play the heart suit, whether it was to play ace and rough it out or to run the jack, you might as well start with the ace of spades, right? Just in case the king falls. And then you get 2 pitches, because you can next finesse east for the 10, assuming there's no way West would play the king from king 10. So you can win 3 spade tricks. 4 spade tricks, getting 2 pitches from north. And so it's this very slight extra chance that, yeah, the heart suit is your main way to make the 7th, the 12th, 13th trick. But just in case the ace of spades is singleton, you can play the ace first. It doesn't hurt you because you were never going to take the spade finesse anyway. And you might as well pitch dummy spade loser now. So ace of spades, ace of diamonds, fine. But then if it just so happens the king drops singleton, you get a free pass and don't have to get the hearts right anymore. So that's a really instructive layout that... It's so hard to even imagine the king dropping singleton. I probably won't think of this next time it comes up either. Right, I'm not that systematic in thinking, you know, are there any ways I could avoid needing the hearts to come in? Well, obviously you could take the spade finesse, but that's bad, I think. It's more likely... Because you'll still have some heart losers after doing that. Even if the spades are in. Well, no. But the chances of the hearts coming in are better than the chances of the spade. I don't know. Anyway. But it wouldn't occur to me to think of a way to... Oh, maybe I could pitch 2 of dummy's hearts on spades. and then cross ruff. And that one way to do that would be to drop the king. Combine. This is a good lesson on combining your chances. Maybe there's a bridge. I mean, I'm sure there's Bridgemaster deals about combining your chances. I can even remember some of them. But usually they're about like dropping a doubleton queen, not about dropping a singleton king with 6 cards missing. So it just didn't ring any alarm bells for me. Anyway, that was longer than usual to think on that hand, but there's a lot going on there, it turns out. Okay. So East has queen fourth of diamonds. Boy, I do not have enough trumps. They're going to be able to tap me quite badly in clubs. But I think we just have to play ace of spades and then another spade, presumably the queen. Oh, could be low. East might have king X. But East also might have king third. I mean, you don't like to double with king third, but it happens. Well, now the queen is a pretty clear play. Because even if East has king 10 and low would work, the queen is just as good. Oh, no. West has 5, but was too chicken to pass? Oh, no, didn't get a chance to pass. I bid. You could double 2 spades, though. Coward. So, I mean, I cash the spades, but what am I pitching from dummy? All of dummy's cards are pretty important. I mean, I can pitch a club or 2, but they're going to be able to cash way too many clubs if I pitch like a lot of them. I guess East has already pitched 2 clubs at this point. So maybe that suits okay. And then put East in with a diamond. The 7's a winner now, importantly. Yeah, I mean, the club seems safe enough. Let's keep playing. Let's play on hearts. Queen onside, great news. I'm going to get to ruff with my 4 of spades. Oh my god, it's a miracle. I'm making this contract, you chumps. I don't think I should have been allowed to do this. Yeah, apparently nothing they can do. It says I can't play spades, though. I have to attack the hearts right away while I still have trump control. West has to play a diamond. When did they slip up here? West can't pitch a club. Because it is his entry to his partner's hand where all the club winners are? Clearly roughing isn't much good. A heart looks like the worst play, but apparently it's fine. Huh. I would have pitched a club. But apparently it's wrong. I have 5 hearts, 2 spades, and a club is 8 tricks. I need to find more somehow. So it's possible West 7 of spades includes the queen, right? The holding would have to be like queen 10, 8, 7 or queen 9, 8, 7, but it could be fourth best from the queen. Probably it's not, but that would suggest that it's top of nothing? From like a doubleton? East has queen 6 of spades and didn't take a call? Queen 10, 9, 6 of spades and didn't take a call? Or West is leading top of 3 small, which, I mean, is not my style of lead, but some people don't like to lead low from 3. I mean, it's a little dangerous to take this spade finesse because, you know, it loses and then the opponents take a bunch of diamonds and now my extra spade is not even really doing me much good. But I think I need some more spade tricks, and I think West probably actually does have the queen. So let's take that finesse. Yeah. Okay, well now we're looking a lot better. 5 hearts, 3 spades, and a club. Is 9 tricks. And then my main chance is that the clubs are 3-3, or I can find the doubleton ace to take my 10th trick. You can't, even if the jack of diamonds is onside, you can't finesse against it twice with this holding. I guess if the ace king of diamonds were both onside, low to the queen could work. So if I have to play diamonds, that's what I'll do, is low to the queen. But I don't think West has led a spade when they have ace king of diamonds. That was like the one suit we didn't bid as well, right? Yeah. So I don't think there's a way to get a diamond trick. Let's cash 1 high heart from dummy so that the suit isn't blocked if it's 5-0. I guess that doesn't even matter, but I want to win the 3rd heart in dummy so that I can cash spades. So the 2nd one I have to win in hand. Yeah, rude. Okay, well, at least they're not roughing my spades. Oh, East had 8 and 10? So West, the queen's about to fall, right? Yeah. So West led low from queen 3rd. So roughing a spade to hand is obviously not going to be very productive because then when I draw trump, I'll be out of trumps. They can win the ace of clubs and cash diamonds and spades. So now, a kind of funny thing you can do in some situations like this one is you could play a spade pitching a diamond from hand. That way it doesn't profit West to rough, and you can later rough a diamond to hand and not worry about being over-roughed. But it's just as bad in terms of your number of trumps. It's just better if I were worried about the jack being over-roughed, which I'm not here. So I think the only thing you can do is play clubs. And I don't think East already pitched a club, so quite unlikely that they started with doubleton ace. Maybe they had ace 3rd and have made a small mistake here. Looks like no. Really? Okay, thank you. Oh my god, I wasn't even counting? I didn't realize all the clubs were gone. I thought I thought East had only pitched 1, not 2. Okay, so I should have made 5 on this if I were a better player. Okay, just wasn't paying enough attention. Very bad. Bad player makes bad play. News at 11. So East pitched, yeah, a club and a club. I thought it had been a club and something else. I should have paid more attention. But at this point, West's jack of clubs is, I guess, fine double dummy. No, it's not. Ah, because the club suit, although it's coming in, is blocked. So they need to tap me in diamonds. Then I can play queen of clubs, but I can't get back to hand, so I have to give them a club ruff. But when they played a club here, it's double dummy guaranteed. I just have to play anything but a club. Ruff it, draw trump, and play clubs. And pitch dummy's 8 of clubs on the last trump to unblock the suit. But I wasn't counting, and I thought they had another club left. The idea that all the clubs would be pitched was just never on my radar, so I wasn't counting that carefully. Obviously, you should always be counting everything, but I don't know. That's a lot of work. There was a time in my youth when I was able to do that. But now that I'm an old man, so to speak, for quite some time, I've not been an absolutely perfect counter. Okay. The auction I don't think is too informative. West is leading with 2 of diamonds. What? Oh, let's at least see one more card. Okay, now we can start thinking. Not a ton of entries to the south hand. It seems obvious to win this in like attack clubs. Sure. Is there a reason to lead the 10? It's sort of the natural, like whenever you're taking finesses, or just leading a suit in general, you want to unblock the shorthand first. But sometimes that can cost you something. Like if West has stiff queen, you would rather have played the 6, right? I have plenty of entries to the north hand. So I don't think there's much advantage to unblocking in clubs here, and it could cost something. Well, that's a nice surprise. Sort of? Suddenly I'm thinking, oh, maybe I should just cash all 3 spades so that I can cross back in hearts, and that way if the spades are 3-3, I'll have a spade winner. But then it's like, well, now I don't have unlimited entries to the north hand anymore. But I think I might have enough. I think it's worth it. Worth a shot. Hey, never punished. Well, I guess we have to see how the clubs were laying before declaring I haven't been punished, but at least I've been rewarded a little. I think it's reasonably plausible that the clubs might come in for tricks, so I'll pitch a heart here. Like West could have ace, queen, X. Now, they played the 10 to my jack on the first round. So the queen and ace are both out. West appears to have the ace. Let's put in the 9. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's a little dangerous to pitch a club. A heart is also dangerous. It guarantees I'm taking only 1 trick, but if I pitched a club... No. Yeah, I guess this is just bad. Well, no, they might win this and have to play a diamond, right? No, they don't. Okay, but the finesse was losing anyway. So I could have played this a little better, I think. Like, if you lead the 10, West can just cover the queen. It's not like my load of the jack was bad for us in some way. You always have 2 club losers. No way around that. Which means you don't have time to set them up. Because they can enjoy some diamonds. Well, I guess they only have 2. Maybe you can make this. It says yes. It says you can't cash the spade, right, because the spades are 3-3, and unblocking in spades gave me a 4th spade trick. But the clubs are also 3-3, and unblocking in spades cost me multiple club tricks. If I played a low club now, while I still had the queen of spades, well, that might not be good, because then West could win it. No, I guess a low club is fine. I mean, the computer confirms it, but... Right, because if East wins it to put a diamond through, the clubs are coming in, and if West wins it, he can't put a diamond through. But West could win it and play, like... I don't know. They end up taking 2 clubs and 2 diamonds, but they can't get more than that. I think I figured out the spade layout. Well, I don't know. Actually, East might have 6 or 5. I don't think it matters much, does it? Well, kind of. Yeah, I want to get rid of these diamond losers, and the only way to do that is on spades. So I think instead of leading trump here, which would allow me to make 4, we play ace of clubs, club ruff with the 8. And then spades, hoping that West doesn't ruff until it's too late. And if he ruffs earlier, it hasn't really cost me anything. Ruffing with the 8 is ridiculous. West doesn't have 7 clubs. Let's ruff with the 6. Okay. Good. And we may as well lead another one in case West's only heart is the ace. But it's not. So I have 2 club losers, but I think I can just ruff them high, right? As long as I don't lead a heart here. If I lead a heart, it could go ace of hearts, heart. And I don't have enough ruffs left. But if I ruff with the 8, diamond, ruff with the king, now heart, I think I'm looking fine. Can I afford to ruff high here just in case East has, like... Wait, okay, there's no... East just can't have that many diamonds. I'll ruff low. Alright, making 5. And as you might guess, it was actually not possible for them to play ace of hearts heart. Because they could have done that when West over-ruffed. Or when West ruffed the spade, I mean. If West had the remaining hearts, that is, he could have played ace of hearts heart. The fact that he didn't do that when it was clearly the right play suggests that it was not possible for them to do, and so probably the hearts were splitting, which indeed they were. All right. No spade overcalls, I guess, is the main thing to note here. West didn't overcall a heart, which I guess is relevant. I have 3 clubs. Perhaps more saliently, the opponents can certainly cash at least 4 tricks if they ever get in. A spade and 3 hearts. And perhaps more if West's hearts are like Queen Third. East would then have Ace King 9-8 or 9x. They could play King, Queen, and then lead through the 10-8. So if West has Honor Third and East has Honor 9, or well, okay. If East has 4 cards, including the 9 and at least 1 honor, and West has 3 cards, including at least 1 honor, they can sort out the hearts for 4 tricks. So where am I getting my tricks? Even if I set up the spades, that's 2 spades and 3 clubs is 5. 2 diamonds is 7. Like, I have to attack diamonds, right? But it would be nice if I could preserve the possibility of enjoying some long clubs. West's 2 is probably a 4-card suit, but East clearly has at least one of the Jack 10-9. Or West would be leading one of the Jack. So what would be ideal to avoid blockages is like win the ace, spade the jack, and then run the 10 of diamonds. But that leaves me not a lot of hand entries to enjoy the diamonds. So I could win the queen of clubs right now, effectively giving up on the 4th club to preserve more entries to the south hand. I don't think I'm likely to get the 4th club. It would kind of require like East to have Jack 9 doubleton or Jack 10 doubleton or something like that, and West have Honor 4th, which is not a very appealing lead. So I think I'll just give up on that and make sure I have plenty of entries. Okay, they haven't figured out to attack the hearts. So as long as the diamonds are not 5-1, I look like I'm making 9 tricks. And I can even, if I win the queen here, and the clubs are splitting, I can even enjoy the last club, which would be nice. Okay, the diamonds are in. No club pitches. Yeah. Okay, so East had Honor X, which means I was never picking up the club suit. I didn't end up needing the extra entries to the south hand, but it didn't cost me anything to retain them. And it turns out they only had 3 heart tricks. So they could have beaten me, taking 3 hearts, a spade, and a diamond. But they can't take 4 heart tricks, which is one of the things I was worried about. They have to be able to lead a 3rd heart from West's hand to finesse dummy after my jack is gone, which they can't do for 2 reasons. 1, West only has 2 hearts, and 2, one of those hearts is the 9, so the finesse wouldn't even work. East opened a heart in 3rd seat. We have 6, 9 in dummy, and 16 here is 25. The opponents have 15, East has most of them, but West could have like an ace. I guess that's about the, or maybe the Queen of Hearts. Those are the 2 main cards West could have. Well, I don't see any harm in trying the 10 here. I think I just have to get going on the trumps. It would be nice to be able to like lead a low spade to the king, and then if he has stiff ace, we don't have to lose an honor to it. But I can't afford to get to dummy. And notably also, if East has ace X, getting to dummy, I could lead a low spade and then to the king, and then a low spade from both hands, dropping the ace. But I wouldn't actually make that play because I wouldn't know East's ace is doubleton. And if East has ace third, it's quite bad to do that. So that's not actually something important to worry about when considering the spade line. It's just stiff ace I would be gaining against. Wow, a gift! So I played a... Oh my god, I forgot... I thought spades were trump this whole time. Oh no. Ah! My beautiful diamonds. Oh, okay, well, I deserve this. What happened to me? I guess I just had so few hearts. I assumed we had wound up in spades somehow. I don't know how I came up with that idea. I saw the spade transfer, and I don't know. Okay, that was obviously the wrong way to play the hand, right? I haven't done the math on it. Maybe it was fine. I got 2 hearts. They have to let me win a spade. Yeah, so you can make this without too much effort, I think. So at this point, I play the king of spades, as I did, and East has to duck. If he wins, I enjoy 2 of dummy spade tricks, plus my 2 hearts and 5 diamonds is 9. So he ducks. Well, he didn't actually. But at this point, I could just cash out, right? 5 diamonds, 2 spades, and my 2 tricks is 9. But I thought spades were trumps, so I continued on with another. So again, here, I could cash out. But if East had ducked, which I think is the right play, then for me to continue spades would be a mistake. I have to switch to clubs. I've gotten 1 spade trick in my pocket. I need to produce 1 more trick somewhere, but leading a spade won't do it because I can't get back to dummy. If I play a club, though, I can. So if I'd realized no trump was the contract, I would have played differently. Let's put it that way. Okay, this seems pretty straightforward. We just win the ace and play a couple diamonds. Unblock? Does it matter? Seems harmless enough, I guess. And then hope that the clubs can pitch my spade before they rough in. You guys suck. I hate you. Alright, making 3. I don't think you can play that heart suit any better. Like, even if you can see the cards. Lead the 9, covered, 10, jack, ace. Back to hand, lead the 7, covered, queen, king. Now the 5 is beating the 6 is beating the 5. So you need them to lead the suit, which they won't. Yeah, I think making 3 is the best I could do there. What does the computer say? Yes, if they lead hearts, you can make 4, but otherwise only 3. Confirming both of my analyses. East opened a spade. Now, obviously East has the ace and jack of spades. So putting in the 10 to try for a free finesse is sort of pointless. But it does mean East would have to play the jack. So we could play anything but the king here to sort of force East to let us win the first spade trick. Or we could play the king to force East to win the spade trick. Which is often like a cute trick. And in particular, if I play the king, East can't even continue the suit. He has to win the ace and then switch. Because otherwise I just let it run around to the 10. Well, if West has a singleton, East can continue, but West is then just roughing my small card, so it's like fine-ish. I think we probably want East to win the first spade, right? And by doing that, we basically stop East from ever leading spades again. Let's think a little bit more about high cards. I have 13, dummy has 7, so that's 20. West doesn't have much, but he could have a little. I don't know, I'm just going to play the king. How wrong can it be? Figure the rest out later. Now, the king of diamonds is quite an interesting card. Because it suggests East has the queen as well, and that makes dummy's jack another threat that East doesn't want to lead towards. So you could duck this and hope East is afraid, like doesn't know that the ace is singleton, and therefore he switches away. But like, I don't think that's a very likely thing to actually benefit us. I think we win the ace so that the diamonds remain a real threat against East. And it'll just be like very unpleasant for East if he ever wins a trick again. Okay, East has all the heart honors, huh? Well, okay. I mean, enjoy leading, idiot. Gotta lead something, and all 3 suits are poison. All right, so we know East has 3 spades remaining. 4 spades remaining. Therefore, only 2 other cards. The ace of clubs and the queen of diamonds? So we just play any minor suit card. East wins both of them and then has to play a spade? I guess. What if East had a singleton king of diamonds? In that case, playing a diamond would let West win and put a spade through the 10. I don't want that. So East would then be 5, 4, 1, 3. So in case that is the situation, and East's last 2 clubs are the ace and the queen, I'm going to play a club here instead of a diamond. Ah, they figured it out. So West is going to cash the diamond and play a spade. Yes. Oh, well. So, in some sense, I got the hearts wrong, but I couldn't really get them right because I couldn't get the dummy. And we end played East into at least giving us one trick in clubs, which I think if you play low from dummy trick 1, I don't know that you can even do that much. The 10 is the worst play. Low might be fine. The computer says no matter what you do, you should be down 1. Well, I was down 2, so take that. Right. Since East is already end played in every suit, you should end play him in hearts too. Sure. Tough to do that when you don't know the layout, though. Oh, West has certainly got a hand. Dummy has some diamonds. Does not look like we're making 4 spades, though. Like, even if the spades come in, it's very difficult for the diamonds to come in. So I just get 2 diamond tricks and 5 spades, and like the rest, I've got to magic up out of somewhere. It's taking more than 7. I'm thinking heart and club roughs is my best shot. Really? Okay, well. Huh. I don't have enough entries to really rough a bunch of hearts. I mean, I guess we're trying a cross rough kind of thing. I'm going to try it. I mean, I think East is probably roughing diamonds, so I'll play the king and it gets roughed, but that's life, I guess. Hey, okay, so West only had 3 diamonds. Okay. West had 2 diamonds. Interesting double. What do I do now? I'm inclined to rough high and play 2 spades. Then I can rough 1 heart. And pitch my last heart on a diamond while they rough. I go down only 1, assuming spades are 3-2. Yeah, it seems reasonable. I mean, you can't do better on this, can you? No. In fact, you should go down 2 if they find a better defense. West can't afford to cash the ace of clubs here because it sets up my queen, which I otherwise can't deal with. But of course, he'll be making the same defense at every other table, so it's not like that's some big coup for us that he made a mistake. Okay. So, the issue is, dummy's spades are great to pitch my diamond losers on, but they're going to cash diamonds first. So how do we deal with the diamond suit? Probably nothing will work, and they'll take 3 diamonds and then play a 4th diamond, and like it'll just be miserable. But there are some layouts where we could survive. For example, if West had Queen Jack tight and we covered here, the suit would be blocked. Or if West had the singleton queen and we ducked, the suit would be blocked. I think those are the 2 main layouts. And, I mean, singletons are less likely than doubletons, so I think we play the king here. Yep. Nothing we could have done on this layout. Queen ducked, low to the jack, ace rough would still be unpleasant for me. Although this is maybe a bit more unpleasant. Yeah, that's true. East doubled a spade, so probably has some length in hearts and some strength as well. I mean, I guess I'll rough with the 10? Okay. Oh, I wasn't counting the hearts. I played the highest one just because, like, oh, that's just in case it ever matters, you should play the 6 here. But actually, it beat the 5, so pretty important. It did matter here. And it was necessary to rough with the 10, it turns out, right? Yeah. But I bet playing high from dummy at trick 1 was not best. It says it doesn't matter. Draw, pitch all the clubs, and then any heart play. Obviously, if East didn't cover, I was running the 9, because West not over roughing the 10 is pretty telling. Yeah, and I wasn't counting the spots. I had no idea that my 6 was beating the 5 here, but obviously I should have known. On the other hand, you know, as long as you make the right play, you don't have to count. How did we do today? 56, pretty reasonable for stars and platinum. Yeah, I mean, if you don't even know what the contract is, you'll score badly. I don't know if I've ever gotten a 0 on one of these before. There might be someone else who does as badly as me, but because they usually get to like 100 tables, I think, before they cycle out the boards. But this may well be an actual 0. Whoops. My other atrocious boards included 2. Didn't think I did anything too crazy on this one. Like I got the hearts wrong, but it's quite difficult, I think, to get them right. As I said, you need them to make a mistake. No, you can always do it. Why is the 10 of spades fine? Oh, because it's producing a dummy entry eventually. You're gonna lose a spade rough to West no matter what, but you can then rough the 4th spade with the 10 and then lead a heart through. I see. Board 6, a 9%. Everyone else just tried to rough out the hearts. That is the better line. It's pretty close. But it is better than what I did. Board 7, we did great by taking 8 tricks. Yeah, this definitely felt like I was given some gifts. Yeah, board 8 was even better. Everybody else too chicken to take the spade hook? I guess. Board 12, obviously a disaster. Gotta know what trump is to play well. Board 14. I think the king of spades from dummy trick 1 was the main play I made right here. What was so smart on this one? 86. Are people drawing trump or something? Doesn't make any sense. Or maybe they cross in spades to take 1 heart ruff. But then, like, you kind of have to... It doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I'm not sure what you could do wrong here. And then board 16 was quite good, I guess. Although I didn't think I had done great. It turns out I guessed the hearts correctly. Okay, well, a solid first day. Nothing special, but pretty good. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. And it was 90 minutes-ish, as predicted.